Thank you very much for some wonderful talks here from our Swiss hosts. It's been a pleasure and honor to work alongside over the last few weeks. So now we're going to hand over to Maria for introduce our next speaker.
Yes. Don't drop my notes now. Okay. It's windy. Okay, our next three speakers on stage, we introduce them together. Dr. Kat Lindley, she is from Croatia but lives in the United States of America. She is a medical doctor and the president of Global Health Project and a senior fellow at the Frontline Critical Care Alliance, FLCCC. You heard about those folks? Pierre Corey, Paul Merrick, ivermectin, that's the guys. So here you go.
Hvala. Who would have imagined that we would find ourselves here in this moment in time? But as I have been reminded many times, perhaps we were all born for such a time as this. The supranational agencies that are claiming power over our lives only have it if we give it to them. So do not give it to them. We are the 8 billion and we are not afraid. I remember being on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in January of 22 and hearing the words from St. Augustine. Truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. Let it loose, it will defend itself. So let it loose. And remember, we are the 8 billion. And now for my Croatian friends. Mi smo 8 milijard I mi smo slobodni. Hvala vam.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kat Lindley. So now we're delighted to be joined by Robin Cosford from all the way from Australia. He's a professional in nutritional and environmental medicine. She's chair of the Children's Health Defence in Australia and an ambassador for several prominent Australian medical organisations. Please welcome to the stage, Robin Cosford.
Hello, what an honour to be here, and I hope you can understand an accent from thousands of kilometres away. This is an amazing time that we are in, and we all have a role to play here. I come here representing much of Australia in my professional hat, medical professor, nutritional environmental medicine, ambassador for the organisation called Australian Medical Professional Society. The doctors who've been disenfranchised in Australia, you may well know, but we have lost many in Australia because of the system. I stand here as a mother. I'm a mother of 5. I'm chair of the Children's Health Defence Australia. We have a wonderful board in Australia. Mothers, you are important. Don't ever let it be said, don't ever let yourself think that perhaps because we can't get the same professional standing as men because we're looking after children, we can't earn the same. No, the mothers are needed. You are the ones who nurture the children, you are the ones who raise the children, you are the ones who bring the next generation. So, hands for all the mothers, we need them. And I stand here as ambassador for the newly formed Australian Aligned Council of Australia. This is a combined organisation of pretty much all our freedom movements, 1.3 million Australians being represented. That's 5% of our entire population officially affiliated with freedom groups. We might be a long way away, but we've been under a great deal of pressure. And historically it's always been known that pressure is what brings out things. You press the olives to get olive oil. You press the grapes to get wine. When things are easy, we don't stand up. When things are easy, you don't see the true character. But when we're under pressure, that's when you see it. So we are in a fight, we have to stand. Don't let them push us over, we stand. Don't let them push us into fear, they can control us. We have to come from a different spirit, from love, joy and peace. That's what we operate in.
Thank you. So our next speaker, welcome Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson from Canada. She's an outspoken independent journalist and author.
Hello everybody, I was part of the Freedom Convoy 2022. We will not to see you here. History has a way of repeating itself. And in the olden days, there were 3 Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they were told to bow to the idol. Their idol was called who? Today, we have the same idol, WHO. They were told to bow to the idol or they would face the furnace. And they said, Your Majesty, they were so polite. Your Majesty, we do not have to answer to you, WHO. We do not have to answer to you, United Nations. But let it be known, even if we die, even if we face the furnace, we will not bow. And so, they decided to stand, and indeed they did face the furnace. And I tell you today, if history should repeat itself, and if we have to face the furnace, we go together. Because if you'll remember, when they went in the fire, it was the only time that they danced face to face with God. God is always in the fire with us. And if they tell us to comply, we will together say, we will not bow. And that is how we will see God come through for us in this time in history. God bless you. We love you from Canada. Thank you, Switzerland, for being there for us. God bless.
Thanks so much. Thank you to Laura Lynn. So it's my honor now to introduce a fellow British activist who's been a medical doctor now for many years, an award-winning cardiologist and an international expert on the prevention of heart disease. He's been calling for greater transparency for many years now. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Ahseem Malhotra.
Bonjour Genève! Bonjour Genève! Hello Geneva. We have a complete health care system failure and a pandemic of misinformed doctors and misinformed and unwittingly harmed patients. Why? Rooted in a biased funding of research. Research that's funded because it's likely to be profitable, not beneficial for patients. Biased reporting in medical journals. Biased reporting in the media. Commercial conflicts of interest. And last but not least, an inability of doctors to be able to comprehend and then communicate health statistics. Prior to the pandemic, the third most common cause of death, prescribed medications. What your doctor prescribes for you because of largely avoidable side effects. Not only did the World Health Organization do nothing about this, they made global health worse during the pandemic. They supported coercion and mandates of the most horrific pharmaceutical product in the history of medicine, responsible for serious harm and death to millions around the globe. And they have still not said sorry. The world deserves an apology from the World Health Organization. And why did they do this? Because for decades, increasingly, they have been a puppet for corporate tyrannical psychopaths. The second largest funder of the World Health Organization, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Bill Gates, who made $500 million investing in this horrific medical product, the COVID mRNA vaccine. But they can only succeed if we let them. And we are not going to let them. Rights are only won by those that make their voices heard. The most important radical thing we can do is a non-violent, just say no, do not comply. We are here to represent 8 billion people here today, and all of you are standing up with courage. So I thank you for your courage.